Hello and welcome back. It's puzzle time with Sudoku Sleuth, and today we're going to be playing Whispering Yin Yang. Now, I kind of regret not having done a Chinese New Year special, so for those of you that celebrate a happy Chinese New Year, and I don't know, I think saying a belated Happy New Year is definitely better than one. Kind of a debut of something that references Yin Yang doesn't feel like a genuine one. Now, the reason I picked this puzzle is for a couple of reasons. I mean, first off, I was looking for a 2-star difficulty rated puzzle for a weekend. This is. Secondly, as of the time of recording, it's got a 100% rating. Now, I don't think I've ever seen that. But normally by the time a puzzle stabilizes on difficulty level and a rating, yeah, I've seen really high puzzles, 97, 98, even 99. I've never seen one that's been published for multiple days that's got 100%. So we're clearly in for a bit of a treat today with this Whispering Yin Yang. Let's just take a look at today's puzzle and rule set and figure out what is everybody so excited about. With Whispering Yin Yang by Yttrio, I know we featured puzzles from Yttrio before because I've always struggled with this kind of pronunciation of that handle name, and the following set of rules. Normal Sudoku, so place the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, column, and then every 3 by 3 box. Then we have Yin and Yang, shade some cells such that all shaded cells are orthogonally connected and all unshaded cells are orthogonally connected, and no 2 by 2 area is fully shaded or fully unshaded. Now that's a lot of words, but what I'm going to do is going to use blue for shaded, yellow for unshaded, because obviously white we don't know yet as part of the solve. Now, what it's saying is that every blue has to be connected to every other blue. So if this cell is blue, for example, I would have to connect it somehow so that the two form a contiguous area. What it's also saying is that no 2 by 2 areas are fully shaded or unshaded. So this, if that was blue, I've broken the puzzle. This would have to be yellow. And again, the yellow has to be orthogonally connected to one another. So no 2 by 2 areas, you can end up kind of with really weird patterns as a result of this kind of combination of rules. What else do we have? The shaded cells act as German whisper lines. If 2 orthogonally connected cells are both shaded, then the digits in those cells must have a difference of at least 5. So if you imagine that this cell here is a 2, the 2 neighboring cells on blue would have to be 7, 8, or 9 to be 5 or more away. If you imagine this cell is an 8, this would have to be 1 or 3, obviously not repeating the 2 to be 5 or more away. You oscillate between low digits 1, 2, 3, 4, high digits 6, 7, 8, 9, and back and forth we will go. Then last but not least, we've got a digit in a cell with an arrow counts the total number of shaded cells seen in that direction of the arrow, not counting the cell itself. So this cell here, for example, is counting 1 to at least 2 shaded cells in its direction. This is at least 2 or 3. This cell is counting, well, we don't know what this cell is, but we know 1, 2, 3, could be, no, not, could be 4, could be 5. So this is 3, 4, or 5. Fairly straightforward. No idea how this is all going to solve. But as always, if you want to give this a go, link will be in the description down below for you to do so. And with that said, I'm going to restart the clock and see how I get on. Now, the trick with puzzles that have arrows, counting arrows in particular, is you can normally pencil mark a lot of them very quickly. This is 1, 2, or 3. This is 1, 2, 3, or 4. This goes all the way up to 7. This cell is much better. This is 1 or 2. This is quite interesting. And let me explain why. 2 arrows are pointing in the same direction. So whatever cell this is, let's say it's 4, for this one to not be counting the same number, this cell would have to be shaded. There's no other way around it, is there? So whatever number I put, okay, hang on, if it's shaded, obviously I can't put a 5 in it, otherwise, German whispers would require 0 or 10. But this cell has to be shaded so that number, so the number in this arrow is different, and it would always be 1 away, which gives me actually two cells that are shaded and unshaded. Given this is not 5 or more away, it's only ever going to be 1 away. This is an unshaded cell. This is a shaded cell. And this is probably a good segue to talk about perimeters in Yin Yang puzzles. So one thing you can never do in a Yin Yang puzzle is have something as such where the perimeter is not just one color and then a second color, where they're essentially interleaving like that. And the challenge is, if you try and connect blues, you've isolated yellow. If you connect yellow, you've isolated blue. So it is always impossible to have multiple segments around the perimeter. So essentially there's going to be a bunch of yellows this way, a bunch of blues that way, and kind of Bob's your uncle sort of thing. Now this cell, because it cannot be 0, has to be at least 1. And remember what I just said about the perimeter, has to be contiguous. This is also shaded. And then the question is how much more of it is shaded. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the maximum this is 7. Can't be a 5, otherwise again, German whisper line, this will be 0 or 10. This is 1 or more away, so this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Not 2 or more away, 1 away, exactly 1 away, because this cell is shaded. And then the question is it... See, I feel like 7 is problematic. 7 would require 8. And then that's telling me all of these are shaded. On the outset, that is a problem. Where does 5 go, since 5 can never be in blue? So I can definitely say it is not 7. Suspect I could probably say the same thing about 6. So that would be 6, that would be 7. This would be my 5. And then I would have high digits in all of these, and I would need 5 high digits. So that's impossible as well. So this is not 6. This is a maximum of 4. Meaning 1, 2, 3, 4, that's the maximum number of blues. This is now a massive yellow perimeter. A massive yellow perimeter that includes corner cells that cannot be yellow, otherwise I would end up with 2 by 2 areas. We end up with the first digit. This is now definitely a 1, because this cell is only 1 that is blue, this is yellow. This is not 1. This cannot be 4 either, actually, because the maximum I can have now is 3. And essentially 2 of the 3 cells in here are blue. This is also blue. And this can go all the way up to 6. 6, 1, 7, 2, 8, 3, 9. This is all fine. Because this is blue, this is obviously going to be a higher digit, 6, 7, 8, or 9. 6 probably won't work because the next cell along, no, 6 and 1 actually works because it doesn't require this blue, the next blue to the 6 to be in either of these cells. I could actually kind of proceed in this direction. Yes, nothing wrong with that. Okay. No, no. Sorry, I'm I'm working on something that just sounds insane, so I'm kind of just working through it in my head before I verbalize it. Let me do something, and it's going to sound ridiculous, but hear me out. I'm going to select this checkerboard pattern. This is going to sound insane, but right. Any cell that is blue will have to connect to one another. And because they're ever only moving orthogonally in their connection, and the German whisper setup, and we don't have 2 by 2 areas, any green cell that is blue would have to be low, because essentially I'm oscillating between low digits, high digits on white, low digits on green. I think that's a sensible statement. And then yes, I'm doing this. Sorry, I don't know if I've actually explained it very well. Essentially, if there is a white cell that is a low digit, it can't be blue because I can never connect it to these original blues whilst preserving German whispers and the Yin Yang setup. Right, I'm doing it. No, hang on, I'm leaving this. This has to be yellow. This has to be high, which means this is 6, this is 1. Sorry, hang on. 6 means all of these are blue, so I don't need the greens in here. All of these are blue. This is definitely 1. These are high digits from 7, 8, 9. This is from 2, 3, 4. Actually, can't be 4 because, they would see doubles. And that can't be a 7 in the middle. 7 and 2 here, 7, 1 and 2 works. This is now yellow. And obviously it has to be 2. Reason it has to be 2 is if I make all 3 of these blue, I would create multiple 2 by 2 areas, which is impossible. So both of these have to be blue. And obviously I picked deliberately the interleaving ones. Otherwise I would have picked, if one of these was blue, if this cell was blue, any other second one would have been a 2 by 2 area. So this is now 2, 3. This is 7, an 8, 9 pair. This has to be 7. This has to be 2. And then to complete the row, this is 4, 5. It also means that this is a high digit because it's not on a green cell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, so that would have to be 6. Then all of these would have to be blue. These are high digits with 8 and 9. This is broken. It's not broken. It's right to say that this is blue. It's not right to say that this is 6. You see, this isn't an arrow. So these are 6, 8, 9. I can't have 1s in here, and therefore these can't be 6s. This would be 6, but then what am I doing with this blue? Maybe the checkerboard idea is totally wrong? No, I'm so sorry. I keep applying the wrong logic here. This is a high digit, but it's not an arrow cell, so it doesn't do anything. Oh, come on, sleuths, wakey wakey. This is 689. But it tells me nothing about this column, which is a mistake I was making. Right. This is a low digit that is not 1, 2, 3. It's got to be 4, which gives me 9, which gives me 8. Lovely. Can't be blue. This is definitely yellow. I have more than 2 blues in here because otherwise I would need, like, I'd break this cell. The maximum number of blues I could have is 1, 2, 3, 4, which would break again. So this is definitely 3. And therefore one of these cells will be blue. Only one of them, I don't know which one. I mean, it's not the 6. Otherwise it would be a second one. So this is not blue, this is yellow. And then not to create a 2 by 2 area, this is blue. And respect the checkerboard, this is 7, 8, 9. Now, that can't be blue because I've already placed all the low digits. So that is another yellow. And because I need another blue, that's blue. And this is another 7, 8, 9. Now, that can't be blue, otherwise it would be a second 9. So this would definitely be yellow. I'd say nothing wrong with this being blue, or this for that matter. Can't have checkerboard patterns with yin and yang. Let me explain. If this is blue, notice I have 2 yellows, 2 blues. And then the challenge that you run into is, how do I connect this blue to this segment without isolating this yellow? And the reverse is true. If you try and connect, I mean, that yellow is already isolated. So, I mean, that is definitely yellow. And even if I try and make this blue, yes, if I connect this yellow, I would isolate this blue. If I connect the blues, I would isolate this yellow. So this is also yellow. Can't be 2 by 2 areas. This is blue. Respect the checkerboard. So this is a high digit of 6, 9. 6, 7, 9. Can't believe it's 6. But to be fair, it is surrounded by, I mean, so if only one of these is connecting it, it could be a 1, and that could be a 6. That's fine. This can't be 0. I already have in the diagonal 2s, 2 yellows. This has to be blue. This has to be 1. Doesn't have to be blue. I mean, it could be, just because it's green and low doesn't mean it's blue. This has to be a low digit of 2, 3, 4, but it sees 2 in the same row. So that can't be 4, this is 2 or 3. Because it cannot be 1, this cannot be 6. And obviously it's not 8. It's a beautiful puzzle. Tricky puzzle, but beautiful nevertheless. Now I have 3 blues to the left. I have a maximum of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 1, it's not 1. It's not 3, it's not 4. It's 2 or 5. I find 5 very hard to believe. Possible, but very hard to believe. I was going to say that can't be blue, but it can be. This doesn't have to be 6. And it can be 6 if this is 1. No. Yeah, it can, because I could exit the box with a high digit that isn't 6. It's not a problem. Right. Oh, 3 in here made 2, made 5. Right, ignore what I said earlier about I find it highly unlikely that this is all blue. It is all blue. And therefore this is all blue. And therefore this has to be 4, 9, and this is my 5, this is my 4, this is my 5. And then I have a high digit in here that is 7 or 8, it can't be a 6. This is 2 or 3, it can't be 1 or 4. This is not 4, it's 1, 2, or 3. This is a high digit that is 7 or 8, it can't be a 6 with a double 1. This is a low digit of 1, 2, 3, high digit of, again, 7 or 8, and then low digit of 2 or 3. So one of these is a 1, which actually makes sense that given one of them has to be 7, it's essentially either 1, 2, 3. To be fair, it could also be 1, 2, 3, so never mind. Right. 1, 7, 2, 8, 3. Yeah, that's fine as well. Sorry, I'm just having a think around. What am I having a think around? I'm just trying to see if I can force this 1, but I think the answer is no. And now I've used all the arrows, haven't I? I have used all the arrows. That is shocking. I don't know where to go. I'm going to remove the greens because they serve their purpose. And at the moment, it's a bit of a distraction. Yeah, there you go. That's yellow. That can't be blue, otherwise it would be another 9. So that's yellow. Can't be a 2 by 2 yellow, that's blue. How does this puzzle even solve? I'm tremendously happy with the progress that I've made, but like, this is... Let's just leave it as it's not an easy puzzle. So I've got all the low digits. I've got the 7 and 8. This is just 6. Let's just... When in doubt, do Sudoku. Sleuth, come on. Letting the side down now. 5, 7. Not 7. Is 9. Not 9. I've used all the low digits. That's got to be useful for something. So this is a high digit. It's not 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. It is 6, 8, or 9. There's no 6 in here. Yeah, sleuth, do more Sudoku. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9. Then there's another 5, 7 in here. Makes sense. And then something. 2 and 3. Not 2. And these cells is 5, 7, 8, 9. This is another 7, 8, 9. Not 0. This could be 5. This can't be 5 either. This is 2, 3, 7. I'm not going to pencil mark that. This is just not very useful. No 1. No 1. So 1 is in one of 2 places in row 6. Again, not very useful. I just can't believe we've run out of arrows. The thing is, I've got 1, 2, 3 triple in a 7, 8 pair. 9 has to be in here, as does the 5. So this is 5, 9, 5, 7, and 9. And this is 4 something, 4, 6, which gives me a digit. It doesn't give me a digit, it gives me another 2, 3. 2, 3 pair, 2, 3 pair. There's another 7, 8, which is actually this 7, 8 somewhere in here, plus a 6, and a 4. Not very useful. Not 9. I may end up having to color the 7/8 at some point. 4 is in one of these two cells. Still not useful. 3 is in one of these two. You see, now that... Oh, Sleuth, what are you doing? I've totally ignored, once again, the checkerboard, the green checkerboard that I had earlier. This cannot be blue, because, you know, it can't be connected to this cell. That's yellow. This could be blue, because it could be 9. This can't be blue, so it'll be low, high. So this is yellow. If this is blue, it would have to be 1 or 4. It couldn't be 4. It would have to be 1, which is, you know, very possible. This blue is a low digit. It's 1, 2, or 3. If this blue is connected here, obviously it can't be 1 or 2, so this would have to be 8. It's just like nothing to go on, really. Yeah, okay, so suddenly pencil marks are useful. That can't be blue. Kind of not, yeah, because for it not to be isolated, I mean, admittedly, I could do 9 in here, 4, and then yellows around it. Yeah, very possible. Not seeing the problem with that. Oh, pencil mark. 4, 6, 7, 8. All too close to the 7, 8. That's yellow. This 4 or 6. Again, sorry, 4, 6, 7, 8. So it'd have to be a high digit if it's blue. And, you know, with 2 and 1, this could be as low as 7. So never mind. This can't be 3 because one of them is 7. 3 is in one of these two cells. That's not 3. That is 3. And if it is blue, this would be 8 or 9, which kind of knew that 6 is going to be tough anyway. That is not 3 either. This is a 1-2 pair. I need more information. So both of these cannot be yellow. One of them has to be blue. Both of them could be blue, but one of them is at least blue. Now that can't be 6 and blue because it has to be low. It'd have to be 4 and blue because that can't be 9. That would be blue. So essentially, if this is blue, this is blue. Otherwise, this is blue. This is always blue, and therefore this is 9. And therefore this is 5. And then it still allows me to have 4 in here, and then a yellow there. 5 is in there. Sudoku, forcing another yellow. If this is blue, I mean, it could be 6 and then yellows. Don't know. It'd be lovely if this is blue, because then all of these would be yellow. Since this would be yellow, and then we can't create the checkerboard pattern, so we'd end up with yellow in here. And then all of these would be blue to not isolate it. You know, we'd make so much progress. Maybe some more Sudoku if you're stuck. 2 more Sudoku sleuth. How are we doing? 27 minutes. If this is 3, again, I mean, sleuth, why are you not thinking? So if this was 3, I couldn't have had a 7. If this is 3, I can't have a 7. I end up with a 1-2 pair. That's a 3. That's an 8. That's a 7. That's an 8. And then a 1-2 pair in here, forced a 3 in there, and a 2 in here. Sorry, that's just staring me in the face, so hope you can excuse the frustration. And therefore this is 4, 6, 7 now, which I think forces this to be yellow, because if that's blue, that's too close. So that's definitely yellow. Can't be 2 by 2. That's definitely blue. Can't be 2 by 2. This is definitely yellow. Can't create a checkerboard pattern. That is definitely yellow. Again, can't create a 2 by 2, so one of these is going to be blue. I mean, definitely one of these is blue, so that the bottom section of blue connects to the rest. I just don't know which. Let me just think about this. If this is yellow, that would be blue. That's kind of the end of the story, really. I need to be using German whispers more, shouldn't I? That can't be blue, because it would be a low digit that is 1, 2, or 3, and it's none of them. That has to be yellow. This has to be blue now, otherwise it's a massive 2 by 2 area. And then for this bottom half to be connected to the top, this has to be blue, this has to be blue, it has to escape. This is now a high digit that is 7 or 9. It's not 6 or 8. This has to escape, so this has to be blue. And I think it's fine for all of this to be blue, in fact. No, if this is blue, it would require a double 9, so this is yellow. This blue can't be isolated, this is blue. So this is a high digit that is not 9, or 6 for that matter. This is 7 or 8. And this cannot be 4, it's 1, 2, or 3. It's not 2. Or 1 is 3, which is 8. Not 3. Gives me a 2-3 pair, a 5-7, which isn't actually, because this is now 7, this is 5, this is 7, this is 5, and this is an 8-9 pair. And this is 4, 6. I have a 7, 8, 9 triple. So essentially I have another 1, 2, 3, and 5. This is the 5. This is 1 or 2 because it can't be 3. This is my 3. This is my 2. This is a incredible puzzle. 7, 6. So I have another 8, 9, plus 1, plus 3. 3 is forced. The 1 is now forced. This is the 8 or 9. Right, one of these is blue, clearly not both. Is it? Can I do both yellow and then kind of come this way? Yes. That won't break anything, so no. This is a high digit, and because that would require a double 1, that is not 6. This is another 7, 8, which removes 7 from here, which gives me a 7, 8 pair, and therefore another 4, 6 there. This is a low digit that is not 1 or 3. This is 2 or 4, and obviously 4 is too close to the 7 and 8. This is 2. Don't know. So obviously one of these is blue so that it can actually connect. And I think it can actually even be both of them, because I could have this as yellow, in essence something as such, and that would be fine. That's not, actually no, both are blue. This would be yellow, and then I would have to make sure another one of these is yellow. We're very nearly there. We're very nearly there. Oh, a 5, therefore yellow. And for this bottom half to be connected, yes, because it is isolated, this has to be yellow. This is at least, this is 8 or 9, which gives me an 8, 9 pair. This is 4, 6, or 7 to complete the row, if I can actually select stuff. This cannot be blue because it will be a 2 by 2. This has to be blue because otherwise it would be a 2 by 2. And this cannot be isolated. This is my blue. A 3 in here removes the 6 as an option. This is a low digit now, connecting a 7. This would have to be 1 or 2. It's not 2. It's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. This is 4 or 6 to do a bit of Sudoku. 6 in here gave me 4 and 6 and 4. This is another 8, 9. 2, 6, 7. 2 and 6. That's 7. Not 2. 2. 6. That looks like there's some resolutions. Yeah. 8, 9, 8. 4. Not 4, not 8, 9, 8, 9, 8, 9, 8, 7, 9, 4, 6, 4, 6, 7. Oh, we're so nearly there. I'll be honest, I wasn't sure I could solve this. 4, not 4, so 6, 7, 1, 4, not 4 or 7, 6, 4, 6. And if I've not made any mistakes, 7 for the finish. What an absolutely phenomenal puzzle. Is it 2-star? I don't know about that, if I'm honest. I'm not sure I agree with the difficulty rating, but it's a phenomenal puzzle nevertheless. Probably worthy of the 100% rating at the time of recording. So hope you guys enjoyed the puzzle and the video, and definitely good luck. And I'll see you back soon. Bye-bye for now.